All praises due to the Most High, family. We back with another Acres anime review. I just finished watching, family, episode 1165. And family, I know I said this on my last Daemons of the Shadow Realm review. I apologize, family, for falling behind. You know, life and obligations and responsibilities just kept me occupied, but we are going to get caught up. So I appreciate you, family. Go ahead and go ahead if you were also on the road to 200 YouTube subscribers, family. So if you're not subscribed and you're watching this, go ahead and change that for me, family. It would mean the world to me, for real. I appreciate that, family. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get into the episode because we got some interesting tidbits, that got me curious about what's happening next, right? Obviously, we're in Elbaph. We are finally having the banquet that we've been trying to get to, right? And and we meeting some new people, and then at the end of the episode is like, what? Who? Okay, so and we got some new drip, family. But so half of the Straw Hats are in the library, right? With Robin and Saul. Who's there? Chopper and Lily and Bonnie are in there. And later we are met with the rest of the Straw Hats, Luffy, Sanji, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, right? Oh, dang, I always forget. What is the fishman's name, bro? Jinbei. Oh my, Jinbei. Dang, I always struggle with his name. But anyhow, family, we met up at the library because we're trying to get to the banquet. Luffy is very hungry, right? Or near the end of this conversation, he's like, "Hey man, I'm really hungry and I'm trying to get to this banquet." Now, Nico is not ready. Robin is not ready to go to the banquet, right? She's like, "Hey, I kind of want to catch up with Saul." And then, so she's saying, "Oh, I'll meet up with you guys later at the banquet." Then after that, Bonnie and Chopper, I think those are the two who are also interested in staying behind, right? I thought it was interesting too. So we're in the library. The cool thing about the library and we met the owl who's in charge of the library, right? And because this is a giant island, this Elbaph, everything's giant, this owl can turn regular human-sized books into these giant books, right? And I thought it was, now I don't know why that's gonna be important or if it is, but Lily, right? That's the Vegapunk, right? That's the Vegapunk that we got. Vegapunk, though, because it is Dr. Vegapunk, said, "Oh, that must be an owl with the grow fruit." I mean, I guess if it is I guess since it is Vegapunk, it makes sense that he would know that. But I was like, how did you know what? I've never even heard of the grow fruit. Anyhow, so Robin wants to hang out with Saul. Chopper wants to dig into the Elbaph medical records, right? Documentation and research and all that. And obviously Vegapunk wants to read up on, lost knowledge and stuff like that, right? Because Elbaph is obviously, the technology we've seen is already crazy. Frankie mentioned that the whole island is basically this super rare type of tree. And then one of the Elbaphians told us that this is the oldest one in the world, right? So this is a particularly special, I think it's called an Adam tree, at the name, not a molecular level, an Adam tree. And they said there's a few in the world, but like I said, this is the oldest one. And what I didn't know, maybe if you were really tapped into One Piece, you already knew, but Frankie mentioned that this is the same wood that he used to construct the our ship. What? I can't think of the dang ship's name. But he used that wood to make this ship, right? So are we going to use some of this? I don't know. I thought that was interesting. Okay, we get to the banquet. We're having a good time. We are reintroduced to now. I'm gonna be honest with you, family. I didn't recognize him. I didn't remember him, but Usopp and Luffy did. We're reintroduced to, I think his name was it started with an S, Stanley, something like that. But we met him from Sabaody. Cool. The more interesting though giant that showed up was I think, did they call him King? Yarul, Jarul, Jarul. He's definitely the oldest giant. And I'm glad Luffy and Usopp, spoke for me. Because the first thing I noticed was the hilt of his sword is just sticking out his helmet. So what does that lead you to believe? Like, he's like, literally got it. I don't know, family. He said the helmet saved his life. It doesn't, and he is the oldest giant, but it looks crazy. It looks crazy just to have the hilt of a sword just sticking out here, and it seemingly looked like you can pull the whole thing out. Okay. I did skip over Luffy, and it was really just Luffy playing with these kids though, right? Because this is another piece of interesting information that we saw. Dang, she's the pink-haired giant, and she's like the teacher of the class. Now, she mentioned an episode or two back that she's really like the last generation where Elbaph were still warriors, right? These kids know nothing about war and fighting. All they know is peace and happiness, right? To the point where Luffy was just horseplaying with them, and they were like, "Oh man, like that's too much, bro. You're being violent. We don't like that." Now, her son did, which was interesting that she told us. Well, not interesting that she told us, but we didn't realize that was her son until she mentioned. And he was horseplaying with Luffy, and he enjoyed it, right? And so we're looking at the juxtaposition of this, I forgot her name, but she's the pink-haired giant. She's the teacher of these kids, right? She's teaching these kids in one way, like, oh, we don't do the warrior thing no more. But she's raising her own son in the opposite way to be a warrior, right? All the kids are like, man, he's horseplaying, he's roughhousing. And he's like, hey, tone it down a little bit, but good swing. Hey, but good swing though. Hey, I like that spunk, right? That was funny. Now they mentioned that his father is human. So I'm really curious as to who that is. I'm very, very interested who this boy's father is. That anyhow. What else was interesting, family? Okay, so while we're having a banquet, I forgot exactly where this was, but we got two individuals, a woman and a man, and they're confronting ELBAPHIAN security guards, and they're asking about Loki. Right? Common sense says, why would anybody be asking about Loki? Like, don't nobody here respect or care about Loki, right? He disgraced us by taking out his own father, who was the beloved king, right? Why are you asking about Loki? And you think I'm gonna just like bring you to him? Anyhow, but they start like applying pressure on these two, like it's gonna come to blows, right? And here's the last thing I gotta say. Right at the end of there, right, we had the man character there, because the woman was doing the talking, right? And then she's the one that like brought down gravity on one of the guards, like spiritual pressure type stuff. But then the guy with her looked like Shanks. Okay, now I don't know if it's Shanks or who else. I remember seeing something though on the internet, because it's impossible to like be completely spoiler free if you on the internet really at all. I seen something about Shanks having a twin on the internet. I don't know if that's true. Is this the twin? Is this Shanks? Did Shanks do something in the past that I didn't realize it was his twin? I don't know, man. I'm kind of confused about that, but and we got new drip, family. Some of us had some drip, but the rest of the crew got the drip. Yes, family. All praises due to the Most High. Peace and love.